Mr. Speaker, as the majority leader who is in charge of government business, definitely I had to proffer an opinion on the matter. So, Mr. Speaker, I'm not a dead goat. Mr. Speaker, what I failed to do was to have gone back to the business committee to get that permission to make. I sought your leave, and as you recall, I did ask for the indulgence of my colleagues so that my Minister for Finance will make the statement.
Mr. Speaker, he's asking whether transmission of the information does not amount to consultation. He knows that doesn't amount to consultation. Mr. Speaker, so if you, Mr. Speaker, since he insists, if the majority leader sits in his office and listens to news from Joy FM, it's transmission of information, they are consulting him. Let's not go there. Mr. Speaker, the issue is, yes, he came to inform me, and I said I disagreed with the modus. The majority leader has apologized. He has apologized, and we should take that apology in good spirit. However, he agrees with me, and he and I have been discussing this, that even though the Electoral Commissioner came here and apologized to us, appropriate sanctions must be exacted. You and I have been discussing this. Mr. Speaker, so in view of this, in view of this apology from the majority leader, it cannot just be taken.
Honourable members, so we need to listen to the minister before we can make a determination. Before we can make a determination on this matter, we need to listen. Honourable members, those who want to tempt themselves into there are procedures. There are procedures in this house. Honourable members, the Minister of State is coming to make a statement. The procedure, let us listen to him. If the statement is the one that is invoking any power of Parliament constitutionally, then the House may decide to take it to the next level.
Following my appearance before this House in November 2014 and the subsequent approval of the 2015 budget, the sharp decline in crude oil prices on the world market has posed and continued to pose a challenge to the achievement of the 2015 economic program. After careful consideration of these developments and the likely impact on revenues, government has started to intensify the implementation of approved measures to ensure that NDAs and MMDAs remain within the lower than expected projected revenues. The fall in crude oil prices, as well as the current energy situation and rapid depreciation of cedi in 2014, could also have negative impact on overall output. As a result, it is considered that taxes on domestic goods and services as well as non-oil taxes on income and property, could be lower than what the 2015 budget estimated by as much as 358.7 million Ghana cedis. Due to these factors, total domestic revenue for 2015 is now expected to be 27.8 billion, resulting in a shortfall of 3.1 billion Ghana cedis. Mr. Speaker, a factor that is expected to minimize the impact of the decline in crude oil prices, however, is enhancement of grant disbursements following staff-level agreement reached with the IMF. Our development partners have pledged to disperse additional grants totaling 381.1 million to fund programs in the 2015 budget. Let us learn as Ghanaians to try and manage these situations so that when the prices recover, as we indicated, when petroleum prices were high, and I recall very well in 2011, when we were debating the Petroleum Revenue Management Act, many questioned why put money aside when you need to develop. But today, as we indicated, the Stabilization Fund, which was established in only 2011, came up to nearly $600 million, $590 million US dollars, was how much it accumulated over this short period. We have used some to service debts, and we are going to draw about half now to support the budget. So when prices go down, and you have to trim revenues, you trim some expenditure, and when prices go up or revenues go up, you adjust accordingly, and you save some of the money, just as households or businesses will do. So this is the logic.
We are back. 1760 your text message line. If I bring Enjibre and Kinkama, lucky about for all of that. We don't mind the complaints. Or we go for it. Bantu say.
Boko kaba.
Bibia boko honu.
Adom nem pa ebonti yetiase.
Dia na odi fi bantima.
Mamenchia wahefo no atiefo na me fa che pasronko. I got the time messed up. Nti unim se me punctual on this na first time to cry about programs. I'm grateful. Ya denya me ase bantima de ya boy homodin biara senia o how ni ti biara ya betinem na ya yenia esefata ebeboa o ma chichire. Egu enwuma so edin with the hope say dan kwa me bia na ban papa bi beba mire kakre di animu nti yempa aba egu so.
I see.
Na me ba no me fi ban to me ba na race course watching ma watching parliament no ho na me ba na ojanfunu bi ani bantama.
I see. Okay, what's your take? Because Ghana Medical Association focus on that. What's your take on Janfunu President Kanye? It's like a position taking keen interest, twisting the impact and Kasa message necessary into a different altogether. What's your understanding of what the president said?
The impact crowd can impact ni be na a reactive one, negative impact. Maybe the president announcing advices and now on a kasamano. They may want to look at it from a different perspective.
But you have a president who talks about say another election year influence the expenditure and the budget. You have a president who talks about say making sure you be checky physically you're disciplined financially. You have a president who is saying that workers take advantage, especially about to bring now buy our wash on a tata konya saying so just to get what they want. Now he will not be moved or swayed by some of these things, but will be focused on a Juma all year for the general welfare of the masses or majority of Ghanaians. Into the best comic relief or joke or the best is that we join through the obeying biano because which means that the all can be an on because the focus is developing Ghana and making sure the entirety or majority of Ghanaians on welfare papa. What then is the challenge in such a statement?
Why dear, what you come two parts. The first part, since when a president who said, "Yentimi pushia buy and now no buy, money over expenditure." Since when? 2012, let us go back to 2012, electioneering year. Over expenditure, not more. Huge sums of money. President's own office, the chief of staff, overspending. Parliament. Kopim say, yeah, appropriation for 2013 budget. Honorable W. Boafo, MP4, Kwapim North. Ed can say, yeah, Mama didn't say the best appropriation bill. No, says the state agency, Biara, so ye minister, so ye wine, who overspend it, or budget without recourse to parliament. Yes, sanction. Majority for Ampne, young fanship. Excessive over expenditure. Yes, over expenditure, by there, any other war, but we have seen, or many who colossal kakaka over expenditure, and when this year, and when workers, Anna, a coaseno, a bra, a buying 51 million, and my woyomi, a bra, a buying 8 years, 98 million euro at the MCP. Now workers in Sada on Sayamo patch or doctors, only that time they needed less than 10 million Ghana cedis. In totality, abaya muawon. Workers pushy about the bay. Last 2 years, and now last year, workers here agitation for woman pension tier pension a year call demonstration. Election year. Now in any case, I no cry no say about for extra scam on. Also, yeah, sika. And the NTM was a quiet more managing, your peksa quiet way. And the president should come again. Then you're sure. Say, or when you are sworn to say, you have a coalition year, and now, you want one casan and a binding of a coalition year, they go into over expenditure, spending spree. In order so be satisfied, or more electioneering machine.
Probably apart from 2004, His Excellency John Ejekunku for a restricted, election spending, to be managing the EMI as a country. Abambia, inclusive, President Kufuor, has been part of this process. And this is a leader who comes out boldly to say that I'll pick up that risk in spite of the challenges to focus and develop Ghana. You see that saying at the papa.
No, I'm not saying saying at the papa. Maybe since when? What you say? Because you have the recent history. That was 2012. That's the most recent. On one or presiding over. And a whole soon what the most serious expenditure of over expenditure. And to say as or cancer, a failure who send a tier over expenditure or election year. Then you know cancer, a failure may have been such. Now it is IMF conditionalities. The government's hands are tight on expenditure, fiscal discipline, and you're part of the conditionalities. It is all pill on pill. The over expenditure over the budget, our walk over parliament. Who quite so about what supplementary budget or parliament? Why now overspend here? It means say what boom rasso. And this is the recent thing we have. Now, Ojanfuna's aspect now, President Ekan can say why are team. Unfortunately, Ojanfunu has no life. On your sensitive. Enti utina onte. Enti the president position who or there. Let's just say ukunani mo browan. Jankana ono what baby na unhu ne ho ano wo memu. Abaya na oyetire wo Bantama High Street. Na kania dundum na ne small ayi kakra wo dry na sese no. Baba no ontimi enya kwanya nyi wonya kakra de ato no ho na de abo no ho bra. The vulnerable mo browa. Me wofa ne men anti no ma ewo mreda ne amakrum dokoko ase pe body ne banchi de ba krum beton ma me nu yenya bidie no. Omu haw nya ne haw. Omu su nya nu su. If you say ye wo mayimu ya ti ye ntio bia. Enti wo graduate to Ojanfunu dia. Then na ye dene na papa wo no ma e wo fia. E be den watime bie wa no aka kire wo ma wo do won. Say me highly insensitive to the point say me wo ka bia mente.
Okay, so the Kasana proves a president who is highly insensitive.
That would pay your a year now church me me cry the na me nyanti ase nkoduru sa. Wo kire me mu say o say Ojanfunu nti ono de bibia utina enti wo kana enka upusi na empusi de waka so be na eno ano be na sempo de waka so be eno ana be mpo na nkaye na beboa ana so nyame ani na bedum mobrowa nkan hadene what you say na your system a alternative ideas you trade ideas nyansa ni ba akofo tire adwenkyere we ayete hu ya yewura setepe oba parliament ayebobo we told him 4 months back abra yebobo budget honorable Anthony Akuto say yes MP4 Tafo Pankrono ono ye minority leader spokesperson for minority spokesperson for finance or say adia Mr. Minister Modi Abbey it will be dislocated if he said the trend na econo say figures he can't stand the test of time and Tibetia mummy hu bibi ansana and I can assure you you go back you come back to this house with a review of budget estimates
but say
the for budget review be that
probably be argument is just after 2 months now
review of budget that budget supplement yes
but reviewing it near the
budget supplement yes a baby year in and year out if you say estimates in a way a bit me about say estimates now you say nka 100,000 bit me yes you may by inflation no ma ko wanim kakra no hu say we be here additional 50 you come back to parliament in a way of supplementary budget obe chirichirim nyina bobo mu ne eto wase a na ya approve now the call what you say because appropriation law na ya pass no you are going to spend over so etino so we spend it under the appropriation law na and there obi anu ni asem and these are when you know measures are you check fiscal discipline in the system and he said afedie okukuru the entire budget no ana wo dey ba na there's dislocation when the IMF instructed the finance minister and the Ghanaian negotiating teams go and recalibrate your figures on the budget. And when you are told to go and recalibrate your figures, it means dislocation. Tisani awashisha oniama ayi na yakwa afuo mu na uja ne ade ne achimama wona eson na se ba ko bi tofre hu mienu bi tofre na ayi no bodwa.
The figures na ekoshoko no.
Sa pepepe.
Okay. So clearly Obaso ka say president in some no kind relating to join for Ghana Medical Association for Ghana enye papa.
Enye the papa. President had the opportunity 2 weeks ago about parliament. Say anka under a sober reflection. Na under a sober mood. Nanka obejia tum say minuanom Ghana for baby a o manage na sise no. Enye ade a eni kapi. Na mpokura no ye hyehyɛ ni ani so ade hunu bi okra bi a entimi nwie perio enti de di kan Ghana fo ye mamudebem monko se mabrebi usumu a mutua ho ka e bi nsida when you say we pay for darkness here in Ghana the only nation a usumu ye commodity e we ase darkness is a commodity that is being paid for.
This is where the president will jump in and say that sometimes lamentation either is out of mischief or is purposeless. How do you pay for darkness in Ghana?
Oh, I'll tell you now. Wakoto prepaid 1 million cedis. Ewo lifespan. Prepaid now koto ye no. Ya factor ya antiem free mu say 24 hours obeda sumu. Ya factor. Enti say time ni dru penel lapse ya automatically it cuts. So we have fixed rate 1 million a month. Na bosome no bill ne ba yentiti free mu say 24 hours sa na be numa na nsia wo bosome num no wo da sum nti ya discount.
But the prepaid is dependent on the light aba who use na machine na yejuma.
No. Prepaid nbu sam ye why unit na eguso no. What you say? Unit na eguso no. As it runs no na I agree with you. But the time limit na a one the drew now when you suit to that it automatically goes.
Okay, I'm deficient because when you see prepaid.
Well, and your face rate there and the Odiambra face rate 1 million. Busumi be at 1 million. Yes, sir. Inti Busumeno How many days now that assume?
Be out there soon be 4 days and
4
10
days.
days.
Yet if mom.
Me share down observing.
That be what they are observation.
The who say I will agree with you because that mean light throughout. Now me bill never 85 cities. Minya light, but me bill never 160 cities.
Good. So you are even paying more.
I'm paying more for not having light.
You are paying for light and darkness.
Okay, I get your point. Okay, right. All right. I'll get you.
Yo, me that's it. Two things. For the first one, for the sake of the Emmanuel can, you know, let's put it right.
Okay.
Electricity, 1 month Jesus can be that. To be honest with you, before even prepaid, you know, a consumption. Into what
It's based on consumption.
Consumption, pure. Any date, any time. A pure consumption.
As in prepaid.
As in prepaid.
Okay.
Now, it is prepaid sanity. Sana, even normal one, a consumption. Into what they be able to read your bill. No much, they figure out your last consumption and the new consumption. They are tear from your whole current consumption.
A cost row.
A cost row. Like me say, me top prepaid that. Every weekend, me mean so be beer into obia. Uber constant payment at the same rate, you know. That is how the Usuba, no, and sanity, you won't change you to a dead aqua, and one de beer auto, Unahoa on to be. It's a total consumption. And not the any days beer near and cut it on something. Okay. Into assuming say 2 fee, 2 weeks to 2 coin, no beer ni fee. Bibianco so, Oba at a Huguso. Any date. In this span. A total consumption. A consumption. A consumption. Pure. And a consumption. Old one, a consumption. Prepaid, your consumption.
Old one, I made a minimum.
A consumption. Prepaid, a Toby. Debut or depending on time of the two. Once when 1 day, 2 days, 1 week, so a 1 castle to buy. They also are a quantum. Maybe another time when your whole fee will be a power or so a conditioner. It's a consumption. That was a club. All right. I'm saying what
kakra because kaba say ono. I'm sorry, Oman. Buana kakra mam. What say say you know, normal one, consumption. Or say ono kania no nya light through. That you. But say no nya light through.
Unim.
Me say.
Now no more case medical no. Njemu Accra Central on me say me hwe me consumption. The fact say me nya kania na nche say me consumption. Estate akoso.
E bia na ya
consumption. Menti ase because menti ase menti ase. But ntremu no it technically omo hwe initial omo ba bi omo dey say your consumption a page from last bill.
Oh, one chira no masache consumption for this month.
Ana make
into consumption no. O hwa
specifically Mr. Dapa
or no previous na hwe ende. Assuming say you do mo kania. But why you prepared with you say sakania ne ba monto mo nyoma nyina fengo.
That be a cover up.
To me explain you but I'm saying that one tell simple ebia say omitempo nya but the basis na say a consumption any day.
Okay, reading it is based on consumption.
Okay. Prepaid your consumption.
But why they own consume it?
But 10 days in the can in 30 days. Not 10 days. I cannot consume, but I don't know.
Immediately, you know what share with difference in the go. No, they are compared.
And they know this is here, baby.
Good.
Okay, so you raised another issue.
No, at the corner.
Any problem?
Technically, Obi Okra will
from so.
From so. Obeko speed.
How many machine have a
exactly.
Machine. But yeah, check it because I'm confused.
No more share will say you good. And yeah, Obeko into be some and convince yourself by the consumption. But a consumption and yet this.
For now, you are paying for the darkness.
Oh, there be
somewhat.
And
okay.
But unim President Small can know what try say we explain. Why are they part? That's the meaning. But unim and you be also back. I'm just saying him. How sweet the name of Jesus sounds in a believer's ear. It soothes his sorrows, heals his wounds, and drives away his fear. The same enyomno edino obodi mo before for to me kuno. It assembly obekebiano baby ujina no utumi nya emunchira se e de fa ho. That is why you explain the way who contest as other cars as samona. You see I dey do kran say who the human e cars am kran pon na egofo
actually or coins or Sakasa being the number one gentleman.
The person said, they make answer to me, medical situation, too fast. say open cars are more organized, and someone has a mobile muntamosa. At times, moment and dream my home. If you want us to think for you, let us want to think for you. You know one assumption. Say, President, and yes, sure, so we to me a some trust had a moment and training team we. And go focus say, President, come again now. But I drink. Because obviously, Sebi, me now obi the assembly Kokofu make a statement to be. That's a minimum Kokofu. No mean to me as President doubt to say no, mean Jin they say.
Mama said take Kokofu.
Kokofu pa to me a kasa assembly there. That mean me in Baboni. Wabra me nimni pakrono. At times, in trying to do our politics, you careful say Sebi. Yenina Sebi o Badwam to me can sembi. A young from so, but contest no anything. Ye name. Waka the issue are yenina can wasam or can single spine. Always you start in the flow no. Na me adu be year flow, but backlog me ade na at the cost at the bra buying. Earlier on the single spine implementation go over 4-year period. But that the way na me so mpene and say eba so at the arrears ba. Ni na say otua. You know for some mpene and say otua. Or say there are contributing factors ma overspend ye nyina fa ye ho no eba. And no election year any pressure eye ba ban so no dey onye sa. At times obi bube di akasama don't lose the essence.
Oh, but you have to also take the person obu beno any brody bubeni because here's a situation where Ghanaians I am not able to put a percentage to the number of Ghanaians are reasonable if say Ghana is in my day. They are tossed to be this is a president admitted a number of strikes and demonstrations. So it means that somewhat turns a country. How then do you want to go and say why you drive funu?
Oh say
how then do you
that's
say
what I'm saying,
so o drive funu chese na Kokofu kan ye de si wa ke ontefi against the backdrop that wakosa ye nti obia wakosa akokosa chira kuma enye ne pe wakosa purposeless lamentation. Then how do we there's a what's you say ampa unti obia
Omayere Mr. Kokofu say president come again. I love that statement.
Okay, so the president should come again.
Yes. Because who have given the information? Then go form by it. May assure said the context of presentation. Obviously, the okay to the president on your way. It obviously, can in the contest, Manembra, it should come again. My any fempo, some way the president, I'm sure that's what you meant. Review or one man in the spokesperson or being exactly what he said. And we are sure to make clear. At least, we're part of explanation ground. Emma, it's you to pain. They always play this said, Debbie, this is what's happening. I know patches said they don't mean yes, I know. Emma Obian County has a way to be suited to the pain. I come about from. It's in about tre. Yantia we should always get. Yes, sir. Yeah, the last ticket don't will be no. It don't will be also. Perfect. Yes, okay, and one is here. Okay, is here.
Uchrim Christ and
yes, yes.
Will be there by and one tears.
Exactly. Intimacy say, many shows that is the intent. The intent and say election year, people are concerned, overspent. You bear anything. Go focus on who will be that. But who decide the right question? President for 2004 or 4 say. But 2008, as also by the quantum no, and they say justify any quantum. And say spending, and I say any say spending.
Which is any coin say spending.
Any coin. That should be the baseline. Say you were genuine case that and say a year parliament. This is a genuine case that is unavoidable. You go to parliament and say it. It is not like wait the year no sir. Wait there no I can say you should not overspend. That should be the basic line. In fiscal discipline, I said we should do it to make sure and this will be this, and justification. And
I agree with you.
I say a bubble buying for the future. Say, and to me, because now it's an issue.
Okay.
Obia say election year spending.
So when the best stop
on. There's somebody who asks us in the labor so yeah. I say labor oh yeah they on you.
Okay.
Now me no beka. But I team me because my yeah. I see a chef contextual presentation. I can be.
Okay.
Na fi yanko.
Yes, na meka baby yes, I agree perfectly. Some can say ye wo MP a ugina ho kase yen criminalize overspending. Now who minister krono be it NDC, MPP, CPP, ya criminalizing no. And he said, "Oh, overspend that will cost to Parliament. Now, as we tribute our near action, I say we better find this kind of now, but yeah, but what I'm trying to say is, President Diya work in contest. Opposite, say, workers take advantage. Oh, abanso, ye be kwa abatwa no mo the pressure
eto aban
so enu nti no se aban po overspend ya na bia na nye ono aban ni pe ne mum how be agitations bi eba ana GMA for no person mu kire se there be the president no twena adwene kɔ hɔ na nye because ye nyina ye nim na ono nso nim the overexpenditure na ye yo this are deficit abedo awo ye nyina ye nim se nadmo 80 sika no mu se sika overexpenditure na nye workers no mu de kɔma wɔn workers are migina president ko so se fasika more money e ma nadmo than ya ye twa ba president's office the chief of staff office
it depends on some kind so
but GMA for about 2 early ni say so ma mantem am ya manso ya munmu so ya wanya wo dey atapeni be
na problem with GMA for response
yeah me fi so ma bentem no do unim you be say a question we your president we your man we your minister we your MP so question you answer a specific question but some say what are the causes of overspending ubenya abotre akire 11111 but if it's a specific question I will answer specific question.
So in this case question when GM before you buso mo matter
question exactly so question ben e bisa wo Botswana and then Abasa no in the totality the nyane no kai in abotre but there's one thing there's one thing important the honorable boy for kai for Mekropon ya mpre no in modern democracy is dangerous
criminalizing
overspending. Too dangerous for democracy. Now, look at Minu Yakukufu. As we been say, me de kami kutuya. Me pesa me bana me de ba governance. Me de kami kutuya. Ye chimi pamba akwese obe. Na Kukufu sebio or danchaya obia no obeswa. Beka say me kontimi njano nto me kutuya kala na. E say me overspending on Kukufu money nkwa. Ye we betumi asobo. So there are genuine cases if you are who foresee say this one is coming. It's all called parliament. Maybe on the disaster see immediately.
You have no choice.
You have no choice. Now say moments of why law say overspend. Criminal. And so the Ejuma. Don't blame the judge. In the modern democracy, it's too dangerous to get it.
Very too rigid. Even without it, we are going to
look at it.
Well, flexibility.
But I just said it. That's why I'm sure say one more angel. And again, a kangaroo regimental a pass to the
No, you see, flexibility. What is flexibility? Others say a budget be a contingency.
It's allowed. You try Umbra. And no one does do a parliament. Interesting there.
Yeah.
And I say somewhat disturbing. Over three. Yakwaba na ya last talk on Woyomi.
Okay.
Yakwaba. Yaba ibedi sankomo. Well, yasa ba nonkore pepe PJ mu na afi akosi asafo akentimpo enso de efise me de abro na efia da America say March na to so edumiensa happy birthday Commercial Ventures na me adom echina o Kumasi wudi wa woda sanso ana Catherine atanso International Trade Commercial Bank also wudi wa woda ifi kwa mitibo me ankasa me papa MK Dako also 76 years and also kwada so agree kwa masi wudi wa woda ne MK happy birthday to you. Can you now boss right there? Operation na confirm kakada. Obi abenyini o.
Nazo na monye.
Obi abenyini.
Nazo na monye.
Birthday dey uti so kwa ati wa guru si o.
Papa bi ana. Oye cow na. Papa bi na oye cow. Na odimate. Omo to center ne bi. Ka na kwa no dem kana wa fo. Kena oye peni wa be ya be ka owner. Le chire oyare ya ne ba no born abungo a ka kra ye force na. O se me ka fro nyina ase. After the car for
what happened in Parliament? What did you see?
Well, a quick one. Waka birthday, I said, Enra.
Yeah.
No, yeah, me mommy.
Oh,
Madame Rebecca.
Okay.
Auntie Becky. Yeah. Oh, Kumasi.
Oh, sure.
Near bed dinner, watch it.
Good.
Mama, happy birthday. How about belated?
All right.
Anna, my brother and sister, okay, but no, Casse. With the two every no, Casse, question. Bena, dear, we saw man penny be a coban, sir. But my union said, it will be a question. On my hand, what you say, yes, teacher. I cried you come as a hen so takra them so some pa.
You sure was attack the assembly.
Some sebe. Parliament in right.
I don't know what
Parliament. Enra, yes, your quasitna as usual. Now, you are be a friend of other paper. And then, fear day, a very good example. Near a the whole week. Sabra Menotti, business committee, comprises the leadership from both sides and some few members. Omen a transition the whole week program. However, provisional, but almost share. To the barber tea and him. Enti nyambwa Tuesday yenim nia yehwe anim ebeye Wednesday yenim akopem se onyame ya adom na nsachiraye bia ma agenta eno ne ebe follow se ekobasa agently nsachiraye bi omu quickly the business committee omu ba around now omu be the necessary review eno nti Tuesday you could do the other people no man ya ne ahihia man no so na chipe. There's a provisional order paper for the day and ensuing day. Until Wednesday, you know, a beba to say provisional order papers. Send you any day provisional ninety. Ubia expect to say a bay too rigid. Se kobase who be here since such a heavy beba. It does not belong to only one person there or the law, the procedure says business committee, you know, will come around. Not the tempano. Changes be as so no my. It happens, say Wednesday, your Tina Parliament will so provisional paper nechi no horse Thursday adichia. Finance Minister Beba on motion. Now what the budget review about Parliament. Enti yes ye yes kind idea ya kwafuom ekotukuru ya kwafuom nrano. Na yinim say ya kwakoto budget review. Ya kotena ase hwe kotu ne etai ne yama menom ne yenu ama ensuso kaba no musliti ya ne chese ye be receive finance minister afi ye be hwe ne ye be kwa majority leader man muso so say sachira bi aba na ye statement ana finance minister ebe meki ye si hwe we de ya na ezitete anuane fufuese yanum ne nkase twakontomo afafa yetiko ni wura yanum ye say Mr. Speaker. The Speaker insisted say ye makwan na ebaso ni etie no. Na o cite instances a ebiasi ofie ho pen. Senia a war provisional order paper no so no adane ana asesa. No problem. Ampa precedence so. Name bibie besi no. Leadership no with the business committee no. Ntempa won kika wonti bom na o ma effected the necessary changes. What am I saying? In this case, in their mansa, and you know, they suspect a unilateral decision bina muba could be a take a banasa that you are walking over and on the procedure. Until Speaker man ko na come up near the proper thing. Sebeya incha sabonibia and that was our position. Until banasa ni adena na as usual Speaker ona fi hoya nedia. Nti na openi percent ka opia wo na yense dabi wo se ne mane ye de no ne na ye adwuma de na so ye pese yigina so ampa e call ye nim kakra no peni count bom pam nti ase ba nti Speaker suspended certain for close to an hour or so na che se peni for tena se resolve ya say ye mfom so ba kra ba wi na mum ehia ma se penino ade na ode betudwa no obebo amane ti se obi beje maware na obebo kokoko na obesew se that say neba me koye mahoboa nam dia ba ense hwe nti amane na obeboye niam bia ekokoso a emoa oman no nkanko nti obae no de bibia betu yanim ye nyina na yetietie ho asem no me yete ase se opi na chi no mu ne IMF nkutahudie no hwie bi nure pra na esisi so na kwan bia so obesan ba ya na so bi nti bia ho na budget review ebeba na quickly mame se figures ni ade audit na ade ana ayerehu wom na ahomete ni se o ka ni nyina wo hawa aba no wanka se a friend agriculture na atosini agriculture ho dwumadie ntimi moa o ma ne chichire nsusuye ye fa agriculture ho no nye no ntimi moa ye wanka se manufacturing nsusuye ye fa manufacturing sector ho bia near na amoye. Nemum or dwelly bibia on oil, a commodity. Yede call a benyas export. Na no ana a bombi pusakakra, near mu bebrebe. Say, eh, then idea near bay, and na yehu. Until all of a sudden, 58 years of our existence as a nation, on my moon. Ye nim say government upon government. Ya famwa babedru sabri. Oye, ono ne contribution to our you know, yemfie na ya na obemu. Kotofofra wa ba nsuomu. Na se oye bebem mfie na afede wo keka no ho ana ne ho dodo no na adie nyina be kosa oham de ene na bi ehu. The Dutch disease, certain natural resource. Enti akoba ne sen ana agriculture ye backbone. Ye cocoa, ye gold. Me de me nkwachi, ye famra na anu 1992 Fourth Republican Ghana. Yura Rollins in the first NDC government, it take you office 1992 up to 2000. And your primary commodities ye cocoa, ye timber, ye gold, ye industry, ye weduma, your manufacturing sector, your agriculture. Two are ye jiji and sana donor agency support. Ebeka ye hu. Na ye de ball man ho bra the year budget. Ye hunu we bi. E wo mu aho kire ho ha wo ho. Aban hia sika bi a ne ade a na yakopa abosia bom ana bibi ne de asoso so. Ankobada say one of those sectors akofom a ne ho dodo na ye mre enunti no budget ya ye fa afemu ni nyinara akọ esi ekosa kire mu. Ne wo yo ho asem. Yewura J Kufuor ne MPP take you off the office 2001. Nya the benefit of oil revenue. Yes, I am a mabubosi ya. Natural ya. Na ono na ban hwe hunu se da bi me predecessor Rollins aban to na mobi with GMPC. Na over more than 10 decades ya hwehwe oil wo aban o man mu ehunu bidie nanso commercial quantity nyai.
Kasi ebrete na
onya GMPC me yenhye de na adwuma Rollins hyase ye hwe ampa kukuru ye ya ni konya oye commercial quantity enti wo ja Ghana no na waja ya prepare ni nyina enti NDC2 under Professor Mills and President Mahama the last quarter of 2010 year started C2 oil enti from 2011 up to date when you the benefit of oil revenue na ebane say na afede ekwa replace na se oye no bo na de ko no kra na so ate a ye koto aba no more than 3 times ye import bill on oil. I said here for tia.
Emfaso bi abaso. Because what you are German boss. It is uncle Tansa about Jim.
And one can where they all say.
Oh, they say a German so born as what there. And yes, 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 can be a it's yes, you are corner swat here. A balance Every better. May bounce, but also what mathematical said, my tell account that we pay for service charge every month. And from Aluta attachment, your service account. My President Mama, term of office really describes the Bible verse which says, when a wicked king, I don't get this one, and I disagree. Please, does our law permit one who is an assemblyman can be an MP at the same time? Please, I need clarification. We are assemblyman. When is free because of NDC members? So if you go to reason by King David Sampa, what is JJ talking about? Does he think we are forgotten so soon? His own government issued out a white paper ravishing Sharaj investigations against his ministers on corruption charges and refused to sanction them. If it was right, then to defend his own, why does he think it is wrong now? He sowed the seed and we are reaping the harvest now. If there's anyone to blame, it should be him. And Kosonya attachment to Donaba.
In Crown forecasting, almost an Okwalasa Baba, no crying the Dachi. Also, all of a sudden, MPP started to say, oh, you're fine, the strategy. So told him someone to mean Kachikato. GMP is almost to me.
But oil finance started so. I started almost 19 24
Mate pa.
Commercial quantity.
Oh, mate.
Yeah, furniture.
Mate.
Next
All of a sudden,
2007.
yeah, first time Martin Nancy, a few days ago, I said, oh, JJ, oh, you're going to Mano, oh, to Motica. But Sam John and Kwani, the only person boldly or car oil, any Chikatarua, or play at his life. Sam John and Kwan. And there, you will say JJ Yebi, and the Raku for to us, or my hand and Yamiasi. I know Christ and neighbor. Into young main point in the soul. Oh, my honey, yen oil cost any idea. Minister, your budget. At that point in the projection on budget, $90 per barrel. On my end, there's no person who share projection. Who share they happen to the oil producing countries, OPEC. Who share the Gulf states, Libya, Iraq, and Toko. Normally, every Toko baby at the oil price no a cost. In this particular occasion, because ISIS fighting the main regimes in the so man the cost rise ISIS ye dinkunim into OPEC decided say yen jeje wo mo so wa bra wo seize oil fresh na ade no into oil price are back down. Now yen balancing mean first one oil that ye kra no ye kra de den ye ton oil na ye kra fi abrochire no ye ton minimum ye use fuel a ye tuaka. So directly in faso abanya frame no e taxes na egu the price of fuel so no any abanya taxes. It be a advertorium, it be a percentage, it be a whole numbers. Inti surprise the for more to some extent, I buy some to in terms of tax regime. Into the year crack no, I give and take. In normal circumstances, I buy crack because any pen to me grantino. I own this kind, I buy some crab, you have a toy, some something I'm sick of frame into a plus and minus about zero. Into the abanya frame, a tax a that's what the work no. Into say the price about for more. Or tax element and also in some areas no a call from into we need also one sanka. There was also the quadruple pay the production projection and think only 4.2 billion. On my hand as at now. Yes, so though you're exporting in your net and you can see but impo on our budget no 4.2 billion about 1.5 billion 64%. Right. And one more can also be. Say, first now, all you know one, all you know one, Omahini. First now, what Sebi, Sukura. That's a Nanyamia, the Wakwata Airport residential area, Belundia. What your budget, what do projection for oil at the car? It says Kebikoto stabilization, it says Bikoto Heritage Fund. Undia. In the moment, I become a part of your budget against it. It's my parliament, my budget against it, and that's why if you oil and export to call. That's the expectation of 4.2 billion, about 1.5 billion. Maybe can parliament said that's the case. So the issues balance it out, sir. You lose more. You lose more than gaining. Okay. Otherwise, oil the fuel at petrol, you create your tower as 0 to 0. Okay. About a baby crampono, let's just say I buy a ton less than price at one point in time. Into not credit can say it's not on lose also. And the coffee cabra and no exchange rate differences. A coffee car at the brain. And they say at this point in time, just based on the price, and even try to free war, not your own toy. So that's what fun gain ember by her. But we are losing on the projection because they are torn and they are also and for so I
mean, it's a
import bill and an export bill.
But you ever said about a man in your kissing. You best add to us and come say, I did here. I said, Magana. But quick one. There no other they see your court to summarize just a word. Okay. Just one word for sum up a bit.
Me borrow the words of the tri-judge. I say Attorney General Department. Obe digan the more papa. Obe juman sweni.
Okay.
I was asking.
Omani, judge ne say, sa case we ade ha na dream. And they say, nkofo judge no wa bonten. And sa case no kura court me ebi kura the tonyum. Inti ema judgment no sa no man ha dream. But ono de okotu na sam keke say despite all those ones no the embranda and they say odoto. So rule of law is sa na nkwa ye na say rule of law yen respect and the yenko AGC obe appeal. But the point is that the judge will always do the ruling.
All right. Prosecution's handling of the case is sloppy, shoddy, and lousy.
Oh, because we.
Communist inferior tactics.
Yes, but obviously, o charge no yeah, it be like financial loss, and it's a deliberate way. The proof
okay, go we that's it. Na me advance I should say here him say everything come na fe ya ba halu senior session. Dey do komo yi. Komo piwo si edi. Ntime so buy that say buy. E chia constituency fo nyina. Titu chairman na na ehia wo ayi na se na
on hand over the man.
Oza ono na yo kofane. Ya dem.
And I mean women organizer so ye bue women swing at 12 o'clock.
Okay.
All right. What's more about?
I said, no, see, I knew was airport near Pejamba Kakaka. Say, advancing the better Ghana agenda.
Oh, put up the two faces.
You're not cooking, you're not that bad, boss. What don't I make? When you're not make,
can you be told or where Yana
was for you?
Pentecost for the Libya. Pentecost can I be told substantive Yana?
Which I was a subject.
Let me knock. I just said, was there. I can't read it. Oba sanu je ope na oba ope
maybe
mebo yen ko boas
ya si na me de joana che ya e we di bu ina be sa be ya juba ye ko be do ba ye ko abda sante